Hello, I'm Julia Graham and I am your scent sister. And if you're watching this, that makes you my scent brother, my scent sister, or my non-binary scent sibling. Today, we're going to do the beautiful, wonderful, talented, and everything else TeraMichelle's tag. She is, of course, Opinionated Scents here on YouTube. I will leave a link to her channel down below. And she did the 4 seasons, only 4 perfumes tag. She's like the tag queen, and I'm going to do it today. So let's do this oil perfumery style. Winter, spring, summer, fall. I just want to give you a quick background on Oil Perfumery as a company. I was introduced to them by Yana. A lot of us were, and she brought them sort of into my life. They're a Canadian company. They produce perfume oils. They come in, they're these little roller balls with oil in them. There's no alcohol in them. There's oil in them, and they're the little roller ball. I take the little roller ball off to put some in my vacuum cleaner sometimes, or into my diffuser. I use them different ways. I will put a bunch of cards up. They do inspired versions of niche and minor fragrances, but they also have their own scents that they create, and so they're amazing. They're versatile. I will leave up in the cards one of my videos where I show you all of what I do with mine. They're inexpensive. I think the most expensive one is 20 bucks. You can get them to project and leave sillage and last if you put them on properly. They're not like perfume. I'm going to leave another link up in the cards where I talk about how I use them and how I augment them on my body. So that was just a very quick introduction to the brand, and I absolutely love these. I know I sound like a broken record, but I really do love these. So I will leave a link to them down below as well. So we're going to talk about 4 perfumes, 4 seasons, well, perfumery style. If I had to choose just one oil perfumery oil to get me through winter, including the festive season, the holidays, Christmas, however you call it, it would be the oil perfumery version of Spiritus Dubai. The original is a very popular scent from Guerlain, and the nose behind it is Jean-Paul Guerlain himself. And in this amazing, beautiful, warm vanilla scent, you have top notes of incense, pink pepper, and bergamot, middle notes of cedar, ylang ylang, and Bulgarian rose and jasmine. I can't smell the jasmine in here. And the base notes of vanilla and benzoin. Vanilla and benzoin are warm and sweet. The incense and the other woods are woodsy. This is warm. This is warm and classy. This is the oil perfumery oil that I would choose if I could only have one scent all winter. At Christmas time, when you're gonna hear, you smell so good. That's what this is gonna do. It's warm. The benzoin and the vanilla are inviting. This one, actually, out of all of them, you know how an oil can't perform the same way as something in alcohol? See above? This one actually has amazing performance, and I don't know how and I don't know why, but you can smell this. It has really good projection. It leaves a trail and it lasts a really long time. This is the oil perfumery version of Guerlain Spiritus Dubai. It's vanilla and benzoin, woods, incense. It's so good. It's so sweet. It's cuddly. This is the one for me. Excuse the background, excuse the hair, excuse me. You know that spring comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. And so the oil perfumery version of Baccarat Rouge 540, I have the original. I paid full price for the original from the Maison Francis Kurkdjian house. I like this better. I like my oil perfumery version of Baccarat Rouge 540 better than the full price that I paid. This was $16.99. I'll tell you why I like it better after I tell you that the nose behind this is Francis Cachin, and that the Oil Perfumery version is in this $16 to $20 range. And I would wear this all spring, and I'll tell you why. Because spring does come in like a lion and it does leave like a lamb. There's something in here that's heavy enough for when it's sleeting and you look outside and you're like, what is that? And you can't tell if it's snow or rain or sleet or hail or what it is. When it's cold out and you want to be cozy, this has wonderful sweet notes. This has a depth to it with this sweetness, and it is absolutely one of my favorites because it's so many things. It's very, it doesn't change. It's not that it changes. It's just that it can handle it. If it's really, really warm out, this is sweet, but it's not too sweet. And if it's really, really cold out, this is warm, but it's not too warm. There's saffron in here and jasmine, which is blended so nicely that I don't hate it. There's amberwood and ambergris in the original, not necessarily in this one. And then there's fir resin and cedar in the original. Again, not necessarily in this one. But what I want to say to you about this is I like it better. Because spring can be many a wonderful thing, Baccarat Rouge 540 from Oil Perfumery gives me the warmth when I want warmth and coziness when there's a lion in spring, but it also gives me something fresh and airy and just perfect. Can I say that? On those warm, almost hot spring days. I just adore it. If I could only wear one Oil Perfumery in the spring, it would be their version of Baccarat Rouge 540. Here. It's not summertime until I put my earrings on. It's summertime. You know, the summer can throw a lot of different kinds of weather at us. I refer you to the video that I made for that. And I want to show you my Oil Perfumery version of Lira because it's the best thing in the world. Look at the clock is showing up. These backgrounds there's something else. I want to show you my Oil Perfumery bottle roll-on of Lira, but I can't find it and it's distressing me. I know that there's a bottle of the Xerjoff actual Lira in the closet that Ryan got me for my birthday. Don't tell, it's a total secret. It's a surprise. Anyway, I cannot find my bottle of Lira. It's my original one. I bought one for myself, and then I bought one for the neighbor, and then another one for myself for when this one ran out because I'm down to here. And then a friend came over and loved it so much that I gave it to her, and I haven't gotten the next order yet. So I'm Lira-less. I'm Lira-less in Dryden. I think Lira is one of my favorite scents of all time. It might be my favorite scent of all time. It might have replaced Delina as my favorite scent of all time. I'm not sure yet. You know how it changes back and forth, back and forth? This Oil Perfumery version of Lira, I haven't smelled the original. I don't even need to. I got the original because I want to put it on top of the Oil Perfumery. Is that strange? I spent $250 to augment my $16.99 Lira. It is an amber floral. Do you guys know this? Do you have Lira or the Oil Perfumery version of it? Leave me a message down below. It's from 2011 and the nose is Chris Maurice, and I love you, Chris Maurice. On Fragrantica, I love you, Fragrantica. You get the notes of blood orange and bergamot and lavender in the top. All I get is lemon. The middle notes are cinnamon and licorice and jasmine, and I can't smell the jasmine. Thank you to the jasmine gods. And then the base notes are caramel, vanilla, and musk. And listen, I only get lemon and caramel, and it is the most beautiful thing. Is it sunny out? Where's my Lira? Is it raining out? Where's my Lira? Is it storming? Where's my Lira? If I could only have one, it would be the Oil Perfumery version of Xerjoff Lira. It is citrusy. It's a summer scent to me, but I think you could wear it all year round. I love it. I can't find my bottle of it. It's causing me distress, but I will put a picture of the Oil Perfumery bottle here. I promise you that Lira by Oil Perfumery is going to be one of the nicest things you ever have your nose on. I promise. So if I could only have one perfume for all of summer, all day, all night, the Oil Perfumery inspired by Lira would be my choice. And now we're into everybody's favorite season. It's the season that's approaching. And I have an Oil Perfumery here that actually came as a surprise to me that I chose it. This is one of those, I hate this. I'm not even giving it a second try. I'm putting it up in the shelf. And now I love it. This is the Oil Perfumery version of the Jo Malone Pomegranate Noir. My bottle's a little bit see-through. My bottle's a little bit worse for the wear, and it's because it's the fault of Blackberry and Bay. I'll get to that at some point in our time together. This Pomegranate Noir is not anything that I ever liked. I didn't like this at first. I didn't understand it. Oh my gosh, it was offensive to me. And now I'm like, I can't wait for the leaves to start turning so that I can put this on my body. If I could only choose one scent for fall and it was an Oil Perfumery, it would totally be Pomegranate Noir. I'm reading here. That's where my eyeballs are. And so we have Beverly Burns' beautiful creation. The top notes are pomegranate, rhubarb, plum, raspberry, and watermelon. And I do not love fruits in a scent. And I didn't love this at first either, but this is so dark. It's so dark. It's pomegranate noir. And so the middle notes are clove, pink pepper, guaiac wood, olabdanum, opopanax, rose, and jasmine and lily of the valley. I can't smell the jasmine in here. Hurrah. And the base notes are Virginia cedar, musk, and amber. Now, those are the notes that are on Fragrantica for the original Jo Malone Pomegranate Noir. Is that what's in here? Probably not. I refer you to the video above where I talk about how the ingredients are different because this is an oil. There's no alcohol in here. And so I haven't smelled the original of this. I don't need to. I don't need a Jo Malone fragrance. I wouldn't say no to one, but I also wouldn't pay money for this fragrance because I know the Jo Malones don't last as long. And so I have Pomegranate Noir. Oh my gosh, this is so deep. It's so dark. It's so mysterious. You know, Maria Collett, she tells stories about where and what and she sees in her mind. I'm gonna do a Maria Collett. I'm not gonna do it justice, but I just see Persephone and I can see Hades coming out of Hades and grabbing her and bringing her down into the underworld. And she's there and she doesn't want to eat anything and she's so hungry, but she eats. She's so hungry and she sees a pomegranate and she eats 3 of the seeds. And that's why we have the winter months apparently. And so Demeter is looking frantically for her and finally finds her, but she can only take her away for the other months of the year. So for the 3 seeds, is it 3 or 4? I can't even remember, but for the number of seeds that she eats, she has to stay in the underworld. There is the essence of underworld in here. It's deep. It's not what you think. Listen, this is not what you think. It's fresh and dirty. Lots of people have reviews on this, and I'm going to tell you something. It's fresh and dirty, and you have to give it a chance. If I could only wear one scent from Oil Perfumery all fall, oh my gosh, you bet I'm rocking this. It leans masculine. It's fresh. It's dirty. It's unique. It's interesting. It's like nothing else I've ever smelled. It is fall for me and I can't wait. So there they are, my 4 oil perfumeries for the 4 seasons. Leave me a comment down below if you have any of these oil perfumeries or if you have the scents upon which they were based and whether or not you think you could go the whole season wearing just one scent. This is a tag video and I would like to tag the following people. I always feel bad tagging people because I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on people. I'm not pressuring you, okay? I would love to see what Sunny Scents would wear. I would love to see what the Lemon Girl would wear. I would love to see what Tamio would wear. 4 perfumes for 4 seasons. If you've stuck with me this whole time, then that makes you my scent brother, scent sister, and my non-binary scent sibling. We'll see you in the next one.